Madam Speaker, I yield myself such time as I may consume.
The gentleman is recognized.
This bill will send a clear signal, especially with an overwhelming vote. The signal: there are clear consequences when a nation violates the rules. China is indeed tilting the field of competition by not playing by the rules. This bill restores a key instrument for our nation to hold China and other nations accountable. Failure to pass it would be an enormous step backwards at a time when indeed we need to fast forward our efforts to rein in China's abusive trade practices that in part led to a record $295 billion trade deficit with China. This legislation ensures the tools remain available under U.S. trade laws so that manufacturers can fight back against China's unfair trade subsidies. Countervailing duties have been a part of U.S. trade law for nearly 120 years, and today almost one half, 23 of 50, of all countervailing duty orders in place involve China. This is not surprising. A central element of Chinese industrial policy has been to provide massive subsidies to its producers to help them knock out competitors and to dominate the market. These include loans at below market interest rates, cheap or sometimes free land, extensive tax breaks, and other subsidies designed to advantage domestic industry. To date, countervailing duties have been the singular form of relief available to American workers and companies devastated by mercantilist policies. Over the last 6 years, Commerce put in place 23 countervailing duty orders against China, 23, and 5 other investigations are currently underway. More than $4 billion in subsidized imports have been covered by these measures, shielding an estimated 80,000 American jobs from unfair competition. Yet in December, based on a deeply flawed assessment of congressional intent, the Court of Appeals for the Federal Circuit ruled that Commerce, which administers our countervailing duty laws, does not have the authority to apply those laws to non-market economy countries like China. That decision threatens to eviscerate the U.S. right to apply countervailing duties to China, a right protected under WTO rules, and it threatens to cripple commerce in its efforts to combat Chinese subsidies that harm our industries. With this bill, we are making clear that the Federal Circuit's decision was wrong and it cannot stand. Commerce has always had the authority to apply countervailing duties to non-market economies such as China, and now it shall continue to have and exercise this vitally important authority in the future. Because of this bill, and I urge the strongest possible support, tens of thousands of American workers and scores of American companies in 38 states across this country that have shown that they are entitled to relief from unfair subsidization by non-market economies will continue to get that relief. This bill ensures all the existing orders and investigations remain in place. For these reasons, I support passage of H.R. 4105, and I urge all my colleagues to support it. Madam Speaker, I reserve the balance of my time.
The gentleman reserves. The gentleman from Michigan, Mr.